Welcome to Shape of the City. I'm Clover Frederick and I'll be your host. It's time to party in the streets again. The 6th annual Streets Alive are coming on September 25th, and there's going to be even more activities and fun. Joining me today to learn more are Ashley Carlson from Partnership for a Healthy Lincoln and Pat Anderson-Sifuentez from NeighborWorks Lincoln. They'll provide us with more information on what to expect this year. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Let's start with Ashley. What is Streets Alive and how long has it been around?
Yeah, so Streets Alive is a free outdoor movement event that began in Bogota, Colombia in 1976. They closed on major intersections, streets, opened it up for the community to listen to different exhibitors. There were performances and entertainment, and it was in order to promote physical activity and healthy lifestyles. So this movement actually spread to the U.S. in cities such as Atlanta, Chicago, San Francisco. So in 2010, PHL, Partnership for a Healthy Lincoln, we were looking for a family-friendly event that would bring the community together. And we found this Streets Alive event all over the U.S. We found how successful it was in other cities and wanted to bring that positivity to Lincoln. So this coming September will be our 6th annual Streets Alive event. We will also close down 2 miles of streets, and we'll have 100+ exhibitors. We'll have performers, different entertainers. We have a farmer's market, healthy food trucks, all kinds of fun things going on.
Great. Now, when and where will this year's festival be?
This year, it will be Sunday, September 25th from 1 to 5. It will be in the Clinton East Campus and Hartley neighborhoods. We also try to, along the route, highlight different schools, local businesses, parks, and trails along the way.
Okay. Now, tell us more about some of the activities that'll be there.
We have plenty of family-friendly activities for all, including one fitness stage that will have Zumba, boot camps, yoga going on. We have 3 entertainment stages with different genres of music. We have a performance stage with different lion dancing. We have martial arts, different dance companies, healthy food area with food trucks. We have local produce there as well, so something kind of for everybody.
Good. Well, now who would enjoy coming to Streets Alive?
Yeah, so it's open, it's a citywide event, so it's open to all ages and abilities. It's wheelchair and pet friendly, so we really encourage everybody to come out and enjoy the day with us.
Good. Now, what has the response been like for this event over the years?
Yeah, it's been pretty amazing. Each year we grow in participation. Our numbers have reached as high as 6,000 participants, and it's been a really great way for local businesses to highlight their organizations and just spread that health and wellness messaging to the community of Lincoln.
Okay, who are some of the sponsors of Streets Alive?
We have several sponsors who have been wonderful to us. And as well as the community. Our platinum sponsors, Community Health Endowment and City of Lincoln. They've been wonderful and really have adhered to our Streets Alive mission.
Very good. Now let's talk to Pat for a minute. Tell us a little bit about NeighborWorks and how it got involved with Streets Alive.
NeighborWorks Lincoln is affiliated with NeighborWorks America, a national organization, and our organization operates in Lincoln. We have 3 lines of business, and one is community engagement, another is real estate development. We rebuild or build new housing, and it's all affordable housing. And the other is homebuyer education, which we're probably most noted for because that's our longest. For many years, that's the only program we operated with. And why are we involved with Streets Alive? We started getting involved because we were located in the Malone area. Mm-hmm. Physically, our office was there. I think that was the 2nd year of Streets Alive. Mm-hmm. And where, not even though our organization has been around for 30 years, not everyone knows what we are and what we do. So what better way to expose and talk to a lot of people than you've got a captured audience of at least 5,000 people, 6,000 people. Mm-hmm. So it's
Good.
great to take advantage of that.
Yeah. Now, what is the festival? How does the festival like this benefit the neighbors that are surrounding it?
Since Streets Alive started, we've switched it every 2 years to a different neighborhood, and which is really advantageous, and I hope we continue to do that, because it's when we do surveys, it's pretty average that 50% come from the neighborhood and 50% come from outside the neighborhood, which is a win for everyone. So people within the neighborhood get to exposed to an event that they didn't know existed most of the time, and then they can go once Streets Alive moves out of their neighborhood, then they can go to another neighborhood and discover another new neighborhood, and it also brings people that don't live in the neighborhood. It brings them into the neighborhood and through usually 2 to 3 miles of the neighborhood, and they can see the neighborhood's assets and appreciate the neighborhood.
Good. So what's the greatest benefit of being an exhibitor at Streets Alive?
I think exposure to so many people and being able to engage, and it's such a positive event that everybody enjoys it.
Good. Now, Ashley, tell me, how should people get to Streets Alive this year?
Right. So if you'd like to be an exhibitor or volunteer or find out how you can get to the event itself, you can go to our website, healthylincoln.org/initiative/Streets Alive. On our website, it'll show different parking locations, different highlights along the way, a route map, and also we do encourage you to use the Mopac Trail to catch on to the event itself. So
Great. Well, thank you both for joining me. We really appreciate you teaching us more about these fun family activities. Thanks.
Thank you.
thanks.
When we return, we'll learn more about what's going on at the community learning centers.
What if you could add 5 years to your child's life and make your whole family healthier with simple changes? Partnership for Healthy Lincoln wants to help you and your family live longer, healthier lives. It's easier than you think. Take the dog for a walk. Play more and text a little less. Swap out a soda for water once a day. Keep fruits and veggies handy for snacking. For more ideas, visit healthylincoln.org.
Kids, get off your phone. You need to pay attention to the road. Or else, there might be tar, or wet cement, or a car. Please, get off your phone, or you might end up with a broken bone. Your phone may seem like it's all that, but staying alive is where it's at.
Welcome back to Shape of the City. There are currently 25 community learning centers in neighborhoods across Lincoln. But do you really know what impact they make? Today, joining me are 3 individuals who are going to tell us more. We're going to start with Lea Ann Johnson. She's the director of the Community Learning Centers, along with Myeisha Essex from Dawes Middle School, and Dan Payzant from Calvert Elementary School CLC. Thank you all for joining me.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's start with Lea Ann. Now, Lea Ann, what are community learning centers and how are they started?
Wow. Thanks, Clover, for having us here this morning. And the community learning centers are really hubs of the neighborhood, and the CLC serve as that neighborhood hub to help provide support in the areas of before and after school program, family support, family engagement, connecting and reaching out to the neighborhood to ensure that we are meeting the needs of children and families that reside in that catchment area around a specific school. So the CLCs serve as a hub for neighborhood support and activity.
Very good.
And they started, we're in our 16th year, and actually the CLC started through a feasibility study that was commissioned by the Foundation for Lincoln Public Schools 16 years ago. And then as a result of that study, the Lincoln Community Foundation provided some seed money, $100,000, and we piloted 4 CLC schools. And then right on the heels of that, the Lincoln Public Schools District received a large federal grant to bring on additional CLCs. So over the 16 years, we've grown from 4 CLC schools to 9 to 13 to 18 and now to 25. We are in 1 high school, 6 middle schools, and 18 elementaries.
Very good. Now, how do community learning centers differ from before and after school programs?
Great. Well, before and after school programs are one component of the community learning center schools. It's a very important component to meet the needs of our young people, but we're also very invested in and involved in developing the partnerships that also take into account the needs of the parents, of families, helping to engage families in their child's education, and then also working and aligning collectively with what's going on in the neighborhood. So we really want to ensure that there's a seamless approach to supports and opportunities for young people, families, and neighborhood residents. The other piece I would say is the CLC schools have a very close alignment with the school day, so the things that are being offered during those very important after school hours or summer opportunities are very well connected and aligned with the school day, and working with the school collaboratively to ensure that we're providing hands-on opportunities that really complement what's happening during the school day.
Now, what are some of the lead agencies and community partners that you work with?
Okay. We have a host of community partners, but we operate off a model with a lead agency model, and several of our lead agency representatives are here today, but we work with Lincoln Parks and Recreation, Nebraskans for Civic Reform, the YMCA, Family Service, Cedars Youth Service, Northeast Family Resource Center, Boys and Girls Club, Willard Community Center, Malone Center. I hope I haven't forgotten anyone. We have 10 lead agencies that we work with, and their role is to invest in that community learning center school and neighborhood, and they support through program services, but also help support through the hiring of a full-time school community coordinator.
Okay. Now, what are some of the healthy initiatives that are going on at CLCs right now?
A lot of emerging healthy initiatives. Again, that's one component of the work that we do, but many of our sites, and Dan and Myeisha will be able to speak specifically to some of their site activities, but we have sites that are involved with community crops and working on developing community gardens, whether it be in the neighborhood or right there on location at the specific school. We are doing cooking club activities. We are really geared to also help program partners be real intentional in how they have kids very active during the after school hours. Not just doing computer time and homework time, but that physical activity is an important component of the work that goes on. Different kinds of aerobic classes, yoga classes, whatever is identified as an interest to the students and to the families, we try to make sure it happens for them.
Great. Now let's talk to Myeisha a little bit about the Dawes Community Learning Center. Tell me about some of the academies.
Well, Dawes Middle School CLC is structured into 3 academies. We have the Arts and Humanities Academy, the STEM Academy, which is Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. And then we also have the Sports, Recreation, and Wellness Academy. And within those academies, we make sure that we touch on 3 areas in youth development, which is career exploration, leadership development, and service learning and civic engagement. And within all of our academies, we offer academic enrichment clubs geared towards that interest. And we find that students feel more comfortable and families feel more comfortable if their student is a part of an academy or a club where they feel like they will thrive. And we have 3 different areas where students can be a part of an academy.
What is involved in some of the health and wellness related clubs?
Well, again, we have a whole academy related to health and wellness, but kind of like what Lea Ann said, we have fencing this year, we have tennis. We love to engage students in sports and bring resources to Dawes Middle School they may not be able to find or get anywhere else. We also have community partners like Community Crops. They come out and they did our garden with us. We're a new community partner now that's going to come out and talk about health and safety awareness and wellness with our Equipment Managers Club. We have a bunch of students who want to kind of shadow our coaches for our intramural sports, and we dedicated a club to them. And within that club, they themselves will identify wellness issues, or for example, asthma. What does it look like if somebody's having an asthma attack, and how do you identify that? And then how do you help them? And and that we find that when we teach our students, we wind up kind of through a chain teaching our families, because they go home and they talk to their families about what they learn. And then we also have community engagement events and opportunities for our families to come in and learn about wellness as well. So we just have a whole academy with lots of clubs.
Now, what's some of the feedback you've heard from students and families?
Again, that they are comfortable. They feel as if communication is better with our structure and the way that we allow our students to be creative within their own right. I believe that we continue to kind of connect what's happening throughout the school day after school, but we allow the students to kind of be more creative in how they learn. And we're just looking at it through just a different lens. Mm-hmm. And I believe the parents, and from the feedback from the parents and the students, that they like this. They're learning, but they're doing it in such a fun way that sometimes I don't even know that they are learning.
Can you share a success story from your CLC?
Oh goodness, we have a lot. And we've had students who have come into the CLC program and they really was shy. We had people who were afraid to speak in public, so public speaking. And those students now are some of the biggest public speaking students that you will ever encounter, and they go above and beyond. We've had students through our leadership program wind up creating their own club. We had a club called Ballista Buddies that was created by a student. She just came and she did the overview. She found herself a faculty. We actually found her at Wesleyan, another community partner, to come in to help with that. We've had students who, in our Sports and Rec and Wellness Academy, who have never touched or played a ball or been on a field or on a court, and now they're going on to high school and they're continuing their athletic careers. And so we are really, really proud of our students, and we have a lot of success stories.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Now, Dan, tell us about the importance of the neighborhood and the community partners' involvement with the Calvert CLC.
Sure. We've kind of taken an angle of, one, relying upon the strengths that we have within the Parks and Rec department to provide active, healthy recreation opportunities, but within the CLC strategy, we really want to utilize the expertise that certain partners can bring to the table that maybe we don't have. So for example, we have partnerships with a neighborhood dance academy that comes in and teaches dance classes to students who otherwise might not have that opportunity. We have a partnership with Woods Tennis Center to do tennis lessons with our students. We work with a local yoga center to come in and do yoga. So we really rely heavily upon those types of partnerships to really expand upon what we would be able to do otherwise. As far as neighbors, we have a group of ping pong players that come in and use our center because Calvert Recreation Center is a community-based center, and so we have programs and services for all ages. Those are neighborhood folks, some people that drive in, and we've talked to them this year about facilitating a table tennis program for our students after school, and they're excited about that. We have a neighbor that lives in an apartment complex right next door, and she came to us and was very interested in our garden. We have a 1,600 square foot vegetable garden, and she feels as a neighbor she should have some ownership, and during the weekends when maybe there isn't as much activity, come over and with her family and weed and water, and that helps to support some of our gardening and nutrition education efforts. So the neighborhood and the community play a big role in what we're trying to accomplish with the students at Calvert.
Good. Now, it sounds like you've got a lot of health-related activities. What are some of the outcomes that your CLC has seen?
Well, we've been very specific, most recently, of targeting our summer programming, just because we kind of have a target audience. There's not quite as many variables that might influence our data, but we've been the last couple of years really honing our evaluation methods, and we're actually working with a assistant public health epidemiologist at the Lincoln Lancaster County Health Department to help us analyze this. And we found that in the summer, and this is Parks and Rec wide, over 800 students are being served, and on FitnessGram tests of physical fitness, and FitnessGram is the tool that Lincoln Public Schools uses to measure fitness as well. Our participants who pre and post test, about 2/3 of them improve their physical fitness in each area of physical fitness. So we're seeing some real significant results there. We're having young people report in surveys that they feel healthier now than they did at the beginning of the program. And when we asked that, we asked, can you run and play? Is it easier to run and play? And they report yes. So those have been some of the preliminary outcomes, and we're taking that again. That's been during the summer months. And this year in the Calvert Community Learning Center annual plan, we've really plugged those health and wellness pieces in, and we're going to try to model what we've done during the summer, but really focus it on Calvert School, implement a school-wide healthy eating and physical activity plan, be able to use, they already do the testing during their PE classes, so go ahead and use those tests of physical fitness and really get an understanding of what is, is what we're doing throughout the school day, before, during, and after, having a significant impact in terms of physical activity and health. And then if we can somehow do some sort of a comparison study, we can look and see what are those program components that are the most effective, and maybe put into place our own very own best practices that we can share out with other community learning center sites.
Great. Now, Lea Ann, what advice do you have to give CLCs or school-related programs for getting kids more involved?
Well, I think, first of all, you heard from Myeisha and Dan that it's key to not think you can just do it all by yourself. And there is power in partnerships, and that is probably one of the things that is most essential, is seek out and find those partners that can bring those opportunities, whether it be to your CLC or to the rec center or to your neighborhood, that help young people stay active and stay fit. One of the things that we learned through the CDC grant that we work with the Partnership for Healthy Lincoln on is, when you go and look at children on a playground, oftentimes they're really not very active. You will find kids that are kind of sitting at the end of the slide or huddled up underneath, playground equipment, and they're really not moving. So probably the biggest advice to all of us as adults is be aware of how active are our young people being, and what are the kinds of things that we can do to help motivate them to go beyond just being, sitting behind a screen or sitting at the end of the slide, but actually being engaged and running and playing and those kind of things. So, but the big thing for me is partnerships, and don't think that you can do this work completely in isolation, because there are a lot of resources in Lincoln that we can collectively work on to help our young people be healthier, and help our families join that journey with them and have a healthier city overall.
Okay. Now, where can somebody go to find out more about CLCs, and if there's one in their neighborhood?
Great. Well, they can go onto the CLC website, which is clclps.org. They can also reach us through the LPS website. They can also connect with a community center that might be in their neighborhood, or contact their neighborhood school that's in their neighborhood and find out, are you a CLC school, and are there ways we can get involved and be a part of what's going on there.
Very good. Well, thank you all for joining me today and educating us about CLCs.
Sure. Thanks.
Thank you for having us.
Stay tuned for more.
I'm a pedestrian.
I'm a driver.
I'm a cyclist.
And I share the road.
Stop. One step back.
Used to be before you cross the street.
Left, right, left.
Used to be before you cross the street.
Left, right, left. 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 Left, right, left.
Hi, I'm Regina from the Malone Community Center. I want to encourage you to come out to the Streets Alive 2016 event. It will be a great afternoon of free fun, fitness for the entire family, all ages and ability. There'll be free resources, a farmer's market, lots of entertainment along a traffic-free route for you and your family to enjoy. So I encourage you to come out Sunday, September 25th in the Clinton-Hartley neighborhood from 1 to 5. The Malone Community Center will be there with information about their program and services and to reach out to the community directly where people live and go. I look forward to seeing families come out with their bikes, skateboards, and even walking with strollers to encourage fitness and healthy activities within their families. We'll see you soon.
Shape of the City is dedicated to helping Lincoln stay informed of health and wellness topics and events. Visit our calendar at lincoln.ne.gov, keyword 10health. If you'd like to see your event covered, email us at 10healthlincoln@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Until next time, get active, eat healthy, and stay informed.